Longtime 90 Day Fiance fans have watched Warne and Sophie Sierra's relationship from the beginning, and now that they've appeared on 90 Day, The Last Resort, I wish they'd reconsider and possibly reconcile. I know they have issues, but they've overcome a lot, and I think they still have feelings for each other. Rob and Sophie first appeared on 90 Day Fiancé in 2023, and their journey continued on 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After in 2024. Rob, who was raised in Los Angeles, and Sophie, from the United Kingdom, came from two different worlds and two different backgrounds. Sophie had a comfortable life in the UK, and it was a culture shock for her when she moved to LA. To live in Rob's humble apartment, it had a bathroom that wasn't even connected to his home. Sophie's response to all the change was normal, but Rob acted like her response was unreasonable, probably because he felt defensive about his lifestyle. Clearly, they had some incompatibilities. On the 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2's tell-all reunion episodes, Rob and Sophie arrived at the taping separately. It wasn't a surprise, since they ended the show by choosing to split at the recommitment ceremony. What was a surprise, however, was their admission that after months of no contact, they'd begun hooking up again. This revelation is met with sly smiles on Rob and Sophie's part, and it's clear they still have chemistry. Rob was treating her like a friend, since he said he didn't want to get his hopes up again that they had a romantic future. Shortly after their day at Disney, they started hooking up again. However, they ended it again before the reunion was filmed. Aside from their smiles and admissions that they'd been physical recently, the biggest sign that Rob and Sophie still had chemistry was when she decided to show Rob her new surgically enhanced breasts. She took Rob aside backstage and let him see, and he said he approved. But he said during the show that he thought it was interesting that Sophie waited until they were separated to be her best self. Rob said it was somewhat of a tease, but I think that's part of the appeal for these two. They love to tease and flirt, and maybe they both realize that that's as far as they can go together, so they won't try giving an actual relationship another shot. Whatever the case, their feelings for each other are undeniable. After their post-Disneyland rendezvous, Sophie said she started feeling like she and Rob might give their relationship another chance. According to her, she and Rob never talked about getting back together, despite hooking up, but the more they did, the more she considered it. They both decided that wasn't the right thing to do, so they went back to no contact. Both Rob and Sophie moved on and started dating new people. In Rob's case, his new girlfriend was British, which Sophie scoffed at, saying Rob was trying to find a new girl just like her. Sophie kept insisting it was weird, and she was hurt when she found out. But Rob said his new girlfriend being British like Sophie wasn't a green light. It just happened. At this point, Rob and Sophie both say that divorce is inevitable, and they need to go through with it so they can both fully move on. Something tells me it won't be easy for this former couple to call it quits, and I would bet money that they're still in contact, maybe even hooking up. They still care for each other, so it will be interesting to watch their stories as they continue to unfold.